we're very lucky and very grateful for the fact that we still enjoy each other's company and we're still friends after, such a long period of time.
They say once you've been friends for 10 years, you're stuck with each other.
I think that's probably right.
26 years together, 9 albums, and now you're on your 8th tour. That's a committed relationship if I ever saw one. What do you think is the secret to Coldplay's longevity?
I think it's important to note that, before we actually formed the band, we were all friends. We met at college. And so I think our foundation is really based on friendship first, rather than, being a band together. And any journey which is 25 years long, there's ups and downs along the way, and I just think there's a great sense of respect, for each of the other members. Importantly, I think, we just we love what we do. We love making music together. There's nothing else that any of us would rather be doing, and so I think when you realize that, you understand how important it is to nurture the relationship and make sure that everybody's happy at any given time.
Now, the last time Coldplay performed in Singapore was in 2017 for the Head Full of Dreams tour. What's changed in the time since then? And is there anything you look forward to seeing or doing here in Singapore?
Well, we always love coming to Singapore. I think all of our families came out with us, and we enjoyed kind of doing some sightseeing and trips around Singapore. What's changed? Well, we have some new music. We have a whole new production. We have a whole new show that we're excited to bring to our fans in Singapore. And we're just a little bit older, and we've got a few more gray hairs on our head.
Let's talk about Music of the Spheres. Was there any particular experience that inspired you guys to take on this very galactic theme of like space, stars, universe?
Yeah, well, I think the idea of setting this kind of galactic theme, as you said, was really just a vehicle for us to look at the planet that we all live on and we all share from an outside perspective. I think sometimes it's easy for us as human beings who are separated by these kind of imaginary boundaries and countries. Sometimes it's hard for us to realize on the ground that it's kind of it's a very precious situation that we all live on, and the planets are very special. And sometimes it's very difficult to realize, everything which is great about the world, and to clearly see everything that's terrible about the world when you're in amongst it. So we kind of try to look at everything from further away and analyze things from further away, as if the planet was being seen from, an alien race or something. So that really kind of set the framework for everything the album is about.
What was the hard part about taking yourself outside of being human and putting yourself in alien shoes?
I think the hard part is sometimes just not living in denial about the situation that we're all, facing at the moment. It's very easy to kind of ignore all of the problems that are in the world, whether it be environmental or, or political, or wars that are going on in the world. Sometimes, of course, we all see and read the news, but it's also very easy for us to then walk away from that and then not do anything. So I think the hard part is just opening your eyes and realizing that, the situation in certain circumstances is pretty bad.
To that end, the album and the tour have been very collaborative, and you've worked with many artists of various backgrounds, from BTS and Selena Gomez to Iranian actor Farhani. Why does Coldplay like to do all these collaborations? What do you get out of it? And how has it helped you evolve as musicians and performers?
Well, I think it's exciting for us to work with other people. We spent many years of our career not entertaining the idea of working with anybody externally from the band. Everything we had to create ourselves in the studio by us, and we were very protective of that. I think a few years ago we decided that, well, maybe it would be interesting if Beyonce came and sang on a song, or perhaps there was a song which required, it was a duet kind of song or something, and it actually required somebody to come in. But I think the idea of collaboration is something that we just moved into after quite a long period of time. I think for every album we've ever made, we've always tried to explore new territory. We've never stayed in one place. Now, some people don't like the fact that we've changed our style of music over the years, and some people love the first two albums that we made, and some people love the last album that they made, but they don't love the first. But for us, I think the important thing is to just always try and evolve, always try and work with different people, always try and make music which is different from music that we've made before. And collaboration's a very good way of being able to do that.
Do you love all of your albums equally?
Yes, I think so. There are things on all of our albums in retrospect that I might like to, if I was doing it now, it might be done differently, but that's just the nature of art, I think. You know, whatever you create is part of that moment and part of that person or that group that you are at a certain point of time. But, you know, honestly, we've only ever thought about moving forward. So, you know, revisiting or changing any of our work that we've done previously is not something that many of us are interested in, really.
Absolutely. And that's also a sign that you're growing as an artist, isn't it?
I think so. I hope so.
And speaking of BTS, with whom you did write a song and perform, what are your thoughts on the K-pop phenomenon? Has it kind of invaded your life in any sort of personal way yet?
No, I wouldn't say there's any sense of invasion. We're music lovers, and we all listen to different genres of music, and you know, whether it be music from the past, and we all like to kind of follow what's going on in the world musically from different areas and regions. And you know, K-pop is, as you say, it's a huge phenomenon. And you know, the collaboration between us and BTS really arose from the fact that we had heard BTS were doing an interview, and they were asked a question if there's anyone they would most like to collaborate with, and they answered they'd love to collaborate with us, which we thought, well, that's a great idea. And I think one day Chris was writing and the song came along, and he thought, wow, this would be a perfect song to do this collaboration with. And so, you know, we it was My Universe. And you know, it's great for us because it's different, it's unexpected, it gives us a way of, you know, reaching music fans in a way that we might not have been able to have done otherwise. And you know, all those guys are just so great and so talented and so lovely, and it was really the whole experience of working with them. And we've done a few performances with them, and it was just really joyous and wonderful to spend some time with those guys.
Do you have a message that you'd like to share with your fans here in Asia?
Well, I'd just like to express how excited we are to be, you know, coming back and playing shows in Asia. And you know, we're always sorry that we can't come more often, and it always seems to be years and years between the shows. But I think we have a great show, and we're super happy to be coming and excited to get in front of some of our fans.
Yeah, it's going to be cosmic, some might say.
Great.
Thank you so much for your time, Guy. It was lovely chatting with you, and we look forward to seeing you here in Singapore.
Pleasure. Look forward to it. Thank you.